BeatMaker Glory by UJAM. If you're looking for trap, pop, hip-hop drums, tuned 808, this is it. So let's get started. But of course, before that, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, as I'm uploading new videos all the time. Like the video if you like it. Let's get started. This is Glory, part of the BeatMaker series by UJAM. Let's get started with a quick overview of the user interface. Then I'll show you how I'm using it in a mix. And we'll finish the video with examples of the presets and the different kits. Right, so on the top here, we have the preset selector. We can save as. In the middle here, we have two circles. The left one is the kits. So if you click the title here, you'll see that we have different drum kits. And on the right, we have mix presets. So the mix presets are kind of a different processing that is applied to the kit. And so let's try it out real quick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit latch here and I'm going to play one of those phrases here. So I'm going to start with a verse. Right, so what we have in the kit is also two sliders. So the left one will fade out the kick or the snare, and you can also use the pitch wheel to just do that when you're playing live. And on the right, we have the bass tuning. So you can tune the bass. This is the bass here, and I can tune it between D-1 and D0. So let's see how that works. Right, and this is important if you want to match the drums to the song, to the beat that you're making. And so that's the kit. And on the right here with the mix, we have the amount of the mix preset and also beat intensity. So this is pretty cool, and you can really affect how the whole BeatMaker Glory sounds just by using these two. So on the bottom here, this is where we have the instrument and the style. So the instrument is where you can play individual notes or individual instruments, right? So we have the bass drum on C1, and you can, of course, program your own drums. You don't have to use the built-in phrases. But more than that, so when you click any of these instruments, you'll see that you get different settings here on the bottom. So we have volume, decay, pitch, filter, and we can also change the sample that is used. So for each one, we have this drop down here, and we can change how it sounds. And this is how you can build your own kits. Next, we also have the style here. So the style will basically give you a lot of options, and mainly it will give you the different phrases. So when you select the style, so I'm here on bounce, which is set to 100 BPM, meaning that it will sound best on this BPM. But of course, when you're using this on your DAW, you will be adapting. So I can select something else. Right, and so let's go back to bounce here. Next, we also have some micro tuning, and we can speed up. For example, let's speed double. Yeah, I'm gonna again hit the latch. Right, and if you see on the keys here, you see these dots here. This means that you can drag and drop, and I'll show you that in the mix. I'm gonna just use this to build the drum part. And on the bottom here, we have the master section. We have mix preset, different mix preset, different options here. So these are mostly the ambience, the way it sounds in the room. And of course, we also have some other things here like sweep, saturate, maximizer. And most important, you can send each of the instrument to its own channel. I'll show you that in Cubase, but of course each DAW will work differently. But you can see that each of these instruments, for example, if I stand here on instrument, bass drum, I can send it to its own individual channel and then process it in my DAW, in my session. So that's the quick overview of the user interface. Let's jump over to my mix and see how it works in the context of a song. Okay, so I have Glory here loaded and I already created the drum track. Well, originally this song had a loop that I had to chop and arrange so I can mix it better. But then when I got Glory, I thought, well, why not replace the original drums with this? And it worked perfectly. Let's hear.
Your time won't come. You're crying in the pieces, laying broken on the floor. Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. Somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you. Oh, oh.
Right, so what we have here is different phrases. So I'm using here the intros. I just drag and drop these parts here. So this is pretty easy, and just in very few minutes you can build that drum part. Just mix and match those different phrases. You have verses, we have choruses, fills, ending, breakdowns, and you can just easily do that. And then of course you can go inside and tweak it as you want. So you can really create your own phrases. Of course, you don't have to use the built-in styles and phrases. Okay, let me show you how you can send Glory instruments to different channels. So in Cubase, this is pretty easy. Let's see how to do that. I'm going to hit F11. I'm going to select the outputs. And for me, for this demonstration, I'm going to go with all outputs. And everything is selected. Let's close. And we see that we have all these inputs. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the different instruments and send them either to master or individual outputs. So I have the bass, the snare. Let's just see what else we have. The bass here going to individual. So you can see the different outputs. This is the bass drum. I can change the name, bass drum. Now the snare goes to this one. Right, and the bass drum is over here. Right, and I can go on and on. Let's listen.
Nobody's gonna love.
Okay, so that was a quick overview of Glory. Let's finish the video with more sounds and examples. So that was Glory by UJAM. I hope you enjoyed this one. And of course, if you have any questions or anything at all, just leave comments below this video and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I'm uploading a lot of videos all the time. And if there's anything that you want me to cover, just let me know in the comments. So I'll see you soon in the next videos. Thank you and bye-bye.